Whatever you do, watch this video until the very end. Because this isn't just a scary story. It's something that could happen to anyone. A normal apartment, a new start, a neighbor you never see, but always hear. Hit that like button, turn off the lights, and let this story pull you under. Because once it starts, you can't look away. My name's Daniel Keller, and last spring I moved into a new apartment. Nothing special, just a quiet 2-bedroom unit on the second floor of an old building in a quiet part of town. I was starting over, after a breakup, after losing my job, after my world kind of caved in on itself. I needed peace. And at first, I had it. The building was nearly empty. The landlord told me only 2 other tenants lived there, an older woman on the first floor who was mostly blind and rarely leaves, and someone in the unit above mine. "Don't worry," the landlord joked. "You'll hardly hear a thing. He keeps to himself." I never met him, but I heard him. The first few nights were normal. Footsteps occasionally. The sound of a chair moving, a tap dripping. Typical apartment stuff. But by the 4th night, it got strange. I was lying in bed around 2 a.m. when I heard crying, soft, muffled, definitely coming from above me. At first I thought maybe the guy was just going through something. We all do. I ignored it. But then the crying turned into whispering. I couldn't make out words, just the tone, broken, desperate, repetitive. And then it stopped, abruptly, like someone had cut a wire. The noises continued for the next week, always at night, always between 2 and 3 a.m. Footsteps pacing, a dragging sound. Once, what I swear sounded like fingernails on the floorboards. I tried to brush it off, until I realized something that made my stomach twist. There were no lights on upstairs. Ever. I started watching. I'd go outside at night and stare up at the 3rd floor, pitch black, every single time. I asked the landlord, "Who lives above me?" He hesitated. Then, "That unit's technically vacant. Guy who rented it left last year. Haven't found a new tenant yet." I stared at him. "But I hear someone every night." He looked uncomfortable. "You probably hear the plumbing. Old buildings echo weird, trust me. No one's been up there." That night I couldn't sleep. Around 2:17 a.m. I heard it again. Footsteps, then dragging, then a thud, like something heavy falling. I snapped, I grabbed my keys, flashlight, and went upstairs. The door to the 3rd floor apartment, unlocked. It creaked open slowly. Inside, empty, no furniture, no lights. But the walls, they were covered in scratch marks, deep gouges like someone had clawed at the plaster. And in the far corner of the living room, sitting on the floor, was a chair, facing the wall, and on the wall, written over and over in something dark and dry, "It lives beneath. It lives beneath. It lives beneath." I backed out slowly, shut the door, didn't sleep. The next night, it started again. But now the sound wasn't from above. It was from inside my apartment. Under the floor, a scratching. Faint but constant, like something was trapped beneath the wood. I moved the rug, got on my knees, pressed my ear to the floorboards, and I heard it. Breathing. Not human. Too wet. Too deep. It gurgled, it laughed. And then it said, in a voice that sounded like my own, "Let me in, Daniel." I don't remember grabbing the crowbar, but I remember prying open the floor, one plank at a time, until I found a small hatch, sealed with wax and rusted iron nails, and carved into the hatch, in shaking letters, "Do not open, it cannot be fed again." I should have stopped, but something pulled me, some voice inside me that wasn't mine. I opened it. Darkness, deeper than black. It wasn't a crawl space, it was a shaft, like a well,
No bottom in sight, and from within it, hands, long, thin, finger-like things reached for me, clawed. I slammed it shut and ran, but it was too late. The sounds don't stop. Now they're inside the walls. The lights flicker constantly. My reflection sometimes moves when I don't. I tried moving, but it followed, because I opened the hatch, because I let it taste air again. And every night, at 2:17 a.m., the exact moment I opened the hatch, it knocks from under the floor 3 times. Then it whispers, "I'm almost through. If this ever happens to you, if you ever hear something in the floor or the walls or upstairs where no one lives, don't investigate. Don't open the hatch. Don't let it in. Because once it has your voice, it doesn't need your permission anymore."
If you're still watching, that means you made it out. For now. But if you hear anything strange tonight, don't answer it. If this story creeped you out, hit like so others can find it too. Comment below if you've ever experienced something strange where you live. And be sure to subscribe for more terrifying stories every single week. Until next time, sleep with the lights on.